Hello, everybody. My name is Matthew Wilmer, and I'm the CMO of AgetnWeb. Thank you for attending today's workshop. Today's focus is building meta campaigns with Emma. Emma is going to be obviously your AI agent teammate that is going to guide you through launching your first campaigns with AI, creating imagery, all the way to reporting and deployment. So with Emma, Emma's your AI go-to marketer, where you can obviously ask her to get started with anything that's strategy, content, paid ad work plans. But first order of business is taking care of giving Emma as much context as possible into understanding your brand and company. So setting up brand guidelines is absolutely crucial. We store everything from brand colors, typography, messaging, and logos to values and brand, all the way to creative decks and guides. These are very highly important to share with Emma because these are all of the typography parameters, colors and gradients, as well as other visual design touch points across multiple visuals that you want to make sure Emma enforces across all of the campaigns. So sharing that with Emma, and not only in the brand section here, but also in knowledge base, is going to be absolutely imperative to make sure that Emma is successful. So knowledge base is going to have multiple sources of information and different connectors. So wherever you store company information, it could be ClickUp, it could be in Google Drive. It also could just be unstructured data that you want to convert into Markdown, and you can ask Emma to do that in chat mode, where it's PDFs, sales materials, other types of information such as selling points to your customers, as well as past email campaigns. Whatever the context is or whatever you're trying to promote, you want to make sure that this is stored adequately in Emma's knowledge base. So connect as much as possible, and you will be very pleased that you shared all that information with Emma, so the campaigns are accurate and also reflecting what you want to promote. Once you do that, Emma has enough context to not only understand your brand, but to then create imagery that really sticks out and connects with your customers. So understanding each pain point. Is it slow checkout? Is it increasingly frustrating fees? Is it slow load times? Whatever it is, the pain points your customers are facing, Emma has to know, so that it's able to create imagery and ads that are going to connect with the hair on fire problems your customers are facing. Also, Emma is able to enforce brand guidelines across multiple batches of imagery and creative variety, as well as making sure that the algorithm for Facebook and Instagram really have a lot of ammo in terms of creative. So comparison, pain point, we call this our hero ad. Focusing on pain points such as being banned, all sorts of use cases that customers are facing. Emma creates the creative template variety, which is a skill that we share across all of our accounts. So make sure you are taking advantage of that when you go to create campaigns. And we'll come back to that in just a second. So once you create all of the imagery, you can start to then favorite and store favorite creative within Emma. So when you go to your brand section, you go to creative images, you can start to favorite and set aside creative that are going to be approved for deployment. And so obviously each team has a different approval process of how that's done. But for our team, what we like to do is set aside time to give feedback to the agent where we heart, we dislike, we provide comments where feedback is being able to give in real time. We can even push this to Slack channels for review. So how that would look, just real quick, we'll hop into the eval queue. In your live Slack channel that we set up for your company, you'll get a series of images pushed to the creative team, and you can actively provide real feedback in real time or make adjustments for our AI agent to do. And Emma will go back and revise things like logo placement, text, whatever the feedback is, or you just click approve and you're ready to deploy. So once you favorite this, you can store them in the favorites tab and approved only. So Emma, when we go to create the campaigns is going to be able to query and really and launch the ads from the approved and favorites only section. So once that is done, this is a sample workflow that once Emma is able to then have the creative that's approved, Emma does the job of the copywriter, the headline writer, descriptions that are going to give the platforms accurate data, and the offers that you're promoting, and making sure that also the UTM parameters and the destination URLs are all linked to the creative. So this is done across multiple creatives that are going to get deployed to Facebook and Instagram. And how you do that is the workflow chat. So you go to, just to give you a quick overview where that's found, you go to new chat, you go to paid ads, you click lead gen ads, and here we are. Emma's going to be able to do a structured workflow where she's going to be able to do all of the information, reading brand guidelines all the way to the copywriting and then deployment. So when we take a look at how this looks in chat mode, is Emma being able to then, you can favorite and heart, like I mentioned before, provide feedback, and then it writes the copy. And then you can create as many creatives as you want. In this case, we only created 2, but you can create as many variations as you want until it's perfect. Once you have all of the creative and copy teed up and ready to go, you want to make sure that you're connected to the Meta platform. You're going to go to settings, and you're going to go to connected accounts, and you're going to click Meta marketing, as well as making sure other channels that of your choice, like LinkedIn ads, Instagram business, whatever multi-channel you want to run. But in this case, we're going to want to make sure Meta is connected. It's going to ask you to connect to Facebook, where you're then going to select the relevant account that you're connected to. Once that's done, you're able to then build a series of multiple other touch points that are going to be connected to the ads. And in our case, we really recommend pairing the creative with ABM landing pages. And what we mean by ABM is account-based marketing. Landing pages that are tailored to your exact buyer, their needs, and their pain points, and also optimize for conversion. In this case, we're promoting a workshop upcoming, obviously, that you're attending. We wanted to make sure all the relevant information is there, and also make sure that there was adequate sign up and it's mobile optimized and ready to be promoted. So this is something that you can do with Emma in your portal. All the landing pages can be hosted by Emma and created. And when you do the work plan, just make sure that when you go to deploy, you specify the lander page that you want to drive traffic to. So once that's done, so just the recap, we went through connecting your knowledge base. We want to make sure that brand guidelines are shared with Emma. And we are adequately happy and satisfied with the images and copywriting that are paired with the creative. And once all that's done, we are going to then make sure that campaign reporting and performance is measured. And so how that's done, you navigate to your performance tab. So go down to paid social. And then we're going to analyze the creative that's actively running, or in this case, you're going to want to monitor and launch campaigns and then track over the first couple of days to 7 days what's trending, what's performing very well, and which ads are really moving the needle in terms of performance. All of that can be done within Emma. You just set up a scheduled chat or chat with Emma in agent mode to get that report set up. What that looks like is this. So looking at a report that looks like what's working, what's really working, and what's worth double down and expanding, as well as what's failing. So Emma does a report where she looks at all the different creative, which audiences do we engage with, which ads are relevant and trending for each audience, and even what are different spend scenarios that are going to be feasible for your company given the performance. So all that is being able to be done in creative reports. So again, this is found in the performance section where you can analyze. Once you connect the Meta account, paid social can be found here. And then you can even, like I said, to create a report like this, you would just create an HTML report in the portal. So we touched on a lot. I hope, obviously I hope you're asking good questions and any feedback and surfacing any hidden bottlenecks that maybe you don't have the right insight on, or you want to get started and you don't know where to start. Please flag in the comments section so our team can answer and help you adequately get started. Cherry on top, if you don't know what creatives to really run and you don't have a great playbook, we really recommend taking advantage of the research capability Emma does. Emma goes through the Meta API, the ads libraries, and really pulls out what your competitors are doing well. And you can even replicate ads. Bonus tip, you're able to replicate and also generate creatives that are trending based on what your competitors are doing today. So please take advantage of that. And but it's not necessary. Obviously, this is a little bit of a varsity move, if you will. But with Emma, you're able to then just completely just replicate your brand system. And if you're pleased with the way your branding is today and your website, you're ready to get started to launch your first campaign. All right, thank you, everybody. We're excited to help you launch and be successful on AgentWeb.